Here from an expert. Let's welcome in 8-time Super Bowl champion Bill Belichick. Bill's going to be with us for the first half of every Manning cast. Coach, we've had lots of battles on the field. It's an honor to be your teammate tonight. My only advice, when in doubt, make fun of Eli, right? Does that work for you?
No, not at all. I'm not making fun of Eli. I'm not throwing any stones at him because he'll toss some boulders back at me. Eli, can we have a peace treaty?
Peace, Coach. We got total peace. You know, hey, I got all the respect for you right there, Coach. I'm not saying anything. Nothing mean. All my jokes are going at Peyton.
All right, I'm good on that.
3rd and 2. Right there. Purdy just missed him. Had a chance.
3rd and 2, throwing the ball 25 yards downfield, Peyton.
Taking some shot right there, Peyton, right? It's 3rd and 2, taking a shot. It's pretty aggressive. Oof, right there. That's the matchup. Yeah. Keenan Williams. It's tough to block him.
Bill, that's one of your guys you talked
that's
about,
one
right?
Of the big three you got to get.
Hey, you liking all these punts? I know you're big on punts and 3 and outs, right? You love that? I mean, this is what you talk. This is what you talk about terrible football. Belichick's going, this is what I'm talking about. Defensive battle. This is what he loves.
Yeah, well, Jets had a 3rd down conversion there and just dropped the ball, but here comes Rodgers. He'll get him going. This isn't a hard defense for him. He'll get this going.
All right, Coach, tell us about this Niners defense Aaron Rodgers is facing. What's on your Belichick list for the Niners D?
Yeah, it's the big 3. Start with Breece Hall. Got to stop him. I'd load the box, try to keep him from gaining any yards in a running game. Gang tackle him. He's really a hard guy to bring down. Number 2, keep the ball away from Garrett Wilson. Double him in critical situations. 3rd down, red area. Got to have it situations. And Aaron Rodgers, you got to really play smart against this guy. Don't get beat on the cadence. Disguise on any pressure looks. Don't let him see that. And we got a turnover here.
Fumble on the screen, right? I mean, I guess it could go worse. I was going to say, could it go any worse? Last year it went worse, I think, but this is not going well. Just punched it out. Wow. Look at that.
Great punch out there. Great
that's
punch
a gang
down
tackle.
On the ball.
There you go. You said gang tackle him. That was it.
That's punch. Yeah, that's just bad ball security.
Ooh, punch.
Oh, man. Perfect form, perfect technique. Punch right down on it.
You taking a shot right here, Pate? You going some play action?
I guess. I'm just so angry about what they're doing to a 40-year-old quarterback. Can we just help the guy out? But yeah, no, it's a good time to take a shot, right, Bill? Quick change, sudden change. Maybe catch the Jets in a vanilla coverage, probably cover 4 quarters.
There you go.
You got to get the ball outside. Yeah, I think that the 49ers got to just keep using motion, bunch formations, make the Jets defense adjust, and I would get away from the inside guys. Get away from Quinton Williams. Get away from Mosley. For the Jets defense, tackle well. These guys make a lot of yards after the catch or after contact. They have trouble. The Jets have trouble with these bunch formations and motions, crack toss plays, things like that. If I were the 49ers, I would run those. And then they got to get the 49ers into 3rd down and then get them off the field. 49ers do a great job of skipping 3rd down, convert on 1st and 2nd. Here's 3rd down opportunity for the Jets right here. See if they can take advantage of it.
It's pretty good by the 49ers. You lose your best player and Christian McCaffrey and say, all right, we're just going to put our best receiver, Deebo Samuel, at running back now. Hand it to him, throw it to him. That's pretty good coverage right there by a linebacker on a receiver on a little choice route. He's saying, leave me a little bit. Leave me a little bit. I'm faster than McCaffrey maybe. Actually, I don't know if he is.
Yeah, Wilson and Mosley inside, along with Williams. They got some really good players in the middle of the defense. I would try to work more on the edge.
A little miscommunication there, Pate.
They were going over there at Sauce on the side. Looks like Debo's running an out route. They run a little twist release. Devo's running it out. He's throwing a go route. Sometimes, certain routes versus press coverage adjust to a go route, but usually when it's in a tight split like that, that route should stay on. So it seems like Devo was in the right there. I think Purdy was in the wrong. It's rare for the quarterback to be wrong or for me to admit that, but I think that was the case there, Eli.
There you go. Not much offense yet, Peyton. Not much offense. We got 4 possessions. No first down.
Belichick comes on. It's a defensive play fest. It's a punt fest. This is right up his alley. Pure misery for me.
All right, welcome back. Let's see if the Jets can get something going here. See if they can catch the ball. See if they can hold on to the ball. Would be a good start there. Hey, Coach, we talked a little bit about playing smart against Aaron Rodgers, and that comes with his ability to extend plays, to get out the pocket where he makes those big plays. As a defensive player and scheme, I mean, obviously you want to get sacks on the quarterback, but how do you rush the quarterback while also not letting him get out of the pocket and extend plays?
Don't run past them. Let's start with that. Do not run past the quarterback. Don't get upfield. Don't allow those B-gap step-ups. Step-ups if he runs. Make him run sideways. He can't hurt you running. That cuts off half the field. When he slides up into the pocket and inside those edge rushers, that's where he's got the opportunity to run or throw or step up into a clean pocket, and deliver the ball on time. So, there could be some good power rushes inside, which I think, they got a chance to do. We'll see how good this Jets line holds up here, but I would not let him. You do not want him to extend plays. You got to be careful on the cadence, situational football, and disguise those blitzes. Don't let him see the blitz coming.
Hey, Coach, Aaron is one of the masters of changing the plays at the line of scrimmage. The 49ers don't audible at all. What's harder to prepare for, you think? A team that's changing the plays all the time or one that's just a call it and run it?
Yeah, this is, very similar to, playing somebody to change plays in the line of scrimmage a lot, and a coach like Joe Gibbs, who was all multiple formations, multiple motion. And so the motions and shifting and all that forces your defense to adjust and communicate. I would say the quarterbacks that audible a lot put more of a premium on disguise, making sure that you don't give the quarterback a clean look at perimeter pressure or man or zone keys, things like that. It's just a different mentality for the defense. You got to understand who you're playing against. But those multiple formation teams like Kyle Shanahan, they put a lot of stress on your defensive adjustments. And disguise doesn't matter because they're never going to check the play, just like you said.
Hey, they went a little no-huddle right here. They went a little no-huddle.
Yeah, no-huddle dummy snap count so he can see what the defense is doing. Right, yeah, he's doing 2 leg kicks. That's his version of a hard count in the silent count. He knows what the defense is doing, so he can audible, just like Bill said, to a play. He's calling a man beater, slot fade, back shoulder.
3-by-0, man coverage.
Nice catch.
He knew he had a man-to-man.
That's the guy you got to get right there. You got to get Wilson in these critical situations. That's in the Belichick list right there. You got to cover this guy. I'd double him. In third down critical situations, I would absolutely double this guy. If he's singled, Rodgers is absolutely going to him. He's a hard guy to match up on.
And when you double him, Coach, that means just putting a safety over the top, wherever he is, just a safety over his head, just so.
Yeah, or in and out coverage, especially on third and short in and out coverage.
You saw right there, Eli.
And really, if you want to play zone,
Bill, you saw right there, Aaron Rodgers does play action. Play action is a lot better if they can run the ball, but he peeks at the coverage before he fakes, right? He sees the coverage and then goes into that fake and then pops right back. If you just turn right away and don't see the defense, you're going to be confused after the snap. He sneaks a peek before he goes to that fake. That's a good little tip for quarterbacks. Aaron's one of the best at that. He knows what that defense is doing before he gets back there and sets up the pass.
Yeah, and a lot of these quarterbacks that are coming out of college, they just haven't had much experience under center, and when they fake from the shotgun, there's really not much of a fake, so they never really, get the defense to bite up on it. So, Rodgers can do it all, but That's a skill for a lot of these young quarterbacks to learn that they just had much experience in. You guys played under center in college. Some of these guys coming out not only can't take the quarterback center snap, but they just don't understand how to turn their back on the defense and then relocate, where the linebacker and the safeties are.
Another check here, Pete.
Looks like some kind of double coverage here. Some kind of two.
Looks like zone.
Looks like cover
zone.
2. Good read.
There we go.
Just a little short end with a dig up top. You're kind of high-low in that linebacker.
Yeah, you see
they're
the
high-low
linebacker right there,
they're
number
trying
5.
to match the coverage. San Francisco's a big zone team, but they play a lot of match coverage. So the high-low routes are really good, really good on this because they'll match those routes underneath before the safety can climb up on top. But when it's third down, you better get on Wilson. If it's single coverage or zone coverage where he can find some space, that's the guy you got to get.
Oh, we got space.
Got some rhythm, Eli. We got some rhythm. We're in flow. Aaron's comfortable. Catching the ball. We're holding on to the ball. This is what I'm talking about.
And Pate, you can see on third down, they're going to go no huddle. No huddle every third down so he can get up there, see the coverage. On that last one, you got Garrett Wilson in the slot, a linebacker over the top of him. Right there, that tells you zone coverage. They're not going to play man. He could get to a zone beater. And so that's going to be a big advantage when he can get up there. When he knows what the defense is, he can get to those good plays.
Eli, you told me, you talked to Salah.
Yeah, that first third down play,
like
they hit Wilson on in man coverage. I think that third down play to hit Wilson on in man coverage is gonna slow down the 49ers playing man to man. I think they got him on that, and they're going to chase him back into their zone.
Eli, you were saying Salah
going to be
these
Hall,
past couple
Wilson.
weeks. Hey, Bill, one sec. Eli, you were saying Salah felt like these past few weeks that the line really was in rhythm with Aaron on the snap count with his audibles. They really got into a flow.
Yeah, definitely. He said they really, everybody knew what was going on. The missed assignments were way down. They were, they weren't jumping off sides. Guys were getting the signals. They had a great rhythm. They were playing faster, weren't having the delay games. So, much better, and just the whole rhythm of this offense. And so you can see that tonight. Once they get going, they had good plays called. They're getting guys open. He's getting to the right checks on third down. And right there, once you get in a little rhythm, had good pass protection right there. He was able to step up in the pocket. And same thing right here. They're going third down, no huddle. You can see they're up there trying to get – looks like they're a little late getting this play in, though. He probably won't have quite as much time to make some audibles right here.
Hey, Bill, so if you're the 49ers, do you try to disguise here when Aaron's in the no huddle so he doesn't know what defense that you're in?
Absolutely. I would try to make everything look the same as much as possible. You're not going to fool this guy. Like right on it.
First down. Nice play.
Wilson. Get on him.
Can we double him? Can we get a double? You got to double him down here, right? Red zone.
Yeah.
Coach, do you want an opportunity to go on the prediction panel? Do you want to go in the prediction panel, Coach? Do you want to predict how you think the Jets going to score a touchdown here?
Bubble screen.
Wilson.
I think he's going Wilson. Do you think Wilson's going to score a touchdown?
Well, it's Wilson or Hall. I mean, that's been 90% of the offense. They threw one to Lazard. He dropped it. I mean, I know Hall fumbled, but they're going to keep coming back to him. That's good pursuit, though. I mean, 49ers got a lot of guys going to the ball here. Put that ball away.
We got a pound Hall right here, don't we?
Yep.
Oh, Pate's going run to Hall. Pate, we can get you on the prediction panel. Oh, all right.
Bill sort of hedged his bet. We're going Wilson or Hall. I like that. That's why he was a smart coach.
I think that's a perfect prediction. Oh, no, we got it broke off.
Congrats, Bill. Of all your accomplishments, this has got to be one at the top. On Eli's perfect prediction.
Oh,
pen.
man.
I think that was perfect. There you go. That's a smile right there. You're smiling on that one. That's a smile for you.
That's after a
happy,
Super
Bill.
Bowl. Eli, they gave Aaron some breather plays, right? Get him out of his hand on some swing passes, on some bubbles. He's reading the coverage on third down. That's the rhythm he was hoping to get on the first 2 drives. Finally got to it there. Rhythm for
Aaron,
a
what are we going to do on third down?
First game of the season.
Nice drive.
Peyton, what are we going to do on third?
The Jets are going to play a lot of cover 4, right? That's quarters coverage. He's got a quarter of the field. He's got a quarter. He's got a quarter. He's got a quarter. A good play versus quarters is a 15-yard in route by the slot. That's going to hold this safety. A little drag by the tight end. That's going to hold this linebacker. A little 15-yard comeback on the backside. That'll hold that corner. And when this guy drags, this safety will actually go out and double that receiver. The back's going to be on a little choice route. But here's the kicker, Eli. Here's a post route with the in. I call it Pittsburgh. You get it? Post in. You don't get it?
Pennsylvania. It should be Pennsylvania.
No,
Post
Pittsburgh,
in.
Post in. It's a guaranteed touchdown to Reggie Wayne right here. Dallas Clark holds this safety. Bill, you know this route is unstoppable when you're playing cover 4. They're trying to stop the run in this coverage. Pittsburgh. You want to change it up?
What was this
have this guy on a hook route? Let's go photo, post hook, photo. We can change it up. It doesn't matter. We're holding this guy with a 15-yard route. We're getting the post over the top.
What was this one? What was this one? What was this? What was that?
Pittsburgh. Photo.
I know, but what was the Travolta one?
Touchdown. Don't worry about that. We'll get to that later.
I like to see you dance. I can't help it. Coach, you talked a little bit. Coach, you talked a little bit about stopping the C gap runs. Peyton was a C student in high school, but I don't know if he knows what a C gap is or anybody else. What does that mean? Is that outside the tight end? Is that outside the tackle? What is a C gap?
Yeah, C gap off tackle. A gap's the center guard gap. B gap's the guard tackle gap. C gap is the tackle tight end gap. And so the C gap are those off tackle runs to outside runs, which I think are good against the Jets. It gets you away from Williams, Mosley, and Quincy Williams. I like those C gap runs a lot better than trying to run up inside against those big guys, although they split this one. That time they got up the field and they, there was a big vertical gap between the linebackers and the defensive linemen.
Hey, you said Purdy liked this guy, Jordan Mason.
They stunned right out of the play.
Do you think he would have told you if he didn't like Jordan Mason? You'd be like, nah, Peyton, we're in real trouble if McCaffrey doesn't go. Like, we got no chance.
Hey, got to be positive thinking the day before the game. I don't think they knew McCaffrey wasn't going to play until today. I talked to Kyle. I talked to Purdy. Look, I know they're not going to tell me the first 15 plays of the game, but Kyle was saying, we got to manage Ayuk. We got to manage Trent Williams. We got to manage McCaffrey with his reps. I don't think he knew that he wasn't going to play. Purdy likes Mason. He got lots of reps. So this was a surprise to them that McCaffrey was not playing. But the game plan's the same at that point. Hey, Bill, you saw right there a lot of these bunch cluster formations by the 49ers. What does that do to a defense? How does that create confusion for a defense when you have these bunch formations?
Well, for the Jets are playing a lot of zone coverage, but they match the zone. So as the receivers release, they try to match them. It turns into man-to-man, and it's a lot harder for them to cover that when, the receivers are in there tight and they crisscross release and that kind of thing. So I think that's what they're trying to do is they're trying to mess up the 49er, the Jet matches.
Good job by Sauce right there, right? Getting that hand in to knock that out. You call that a drop, Pate, or is that a defended play? What would you say?
It's a drop. It's a drop. His hands were on it. I talked to Purdy. He said they weren't going to throw away from Sauce Gardner. You can't do that. You can't just eliminate one side of the field. But they were going to have specific routes for him. You just got to be really accurate, like Brock was on that throw when you're going against a guy like Purdy. I felt the same when you played the Deons, the Darrell Greens. You got to put the ball in the perfect spot. I like that throw, too. Bill, there's your bunch formation you were talking about.
Yep, they you know, those are good releases in there. It's kind of forces a lot of traffic. Yeah, it should just stay outside on the leverage. Use the
like
inside
those
help.
levels play, Peyton. Those levels. You had a go route, you have like a sail route, and you have a flat route. And you're just kind of reading it high-low. You got the go, you got the out, then kind of down to your check. There's probably some sort of backside in route right there as well, where you're just reading the leverage, reading that progression right there.
Here we go. Use check in the backfield.
Ooh, flag. Ooh. Coach, talk a little bit about Juszczyk. Just, you know, he's kind of this fullback. He's a tight end. He's all over the field. You know, when you're game planning for an offense, would they have a player that, you know, versatile? How does that change your play calling from a defensive side?
Yeah, luckily there aren't a lot of players like Kyle in the league, but he's definitely a problem because he can line up in the backfield. He lines up as a tight end, and they can even split him out. He's not a receiver, but he can split out and be competitive to, you know, run routes out there and catch the ball. And, you know, he's a tough guy to tackle when he gets it in his hands. So probably has more fullback plays than any other team in the league, and from a lot of different positions. You don't really know where he's going to line up, so it kind of puts the brakes on some of your defensive calls because you don't know if he's going to be a two-back play or some version of a one-back play or be extended. He's a matchup player that causes defenses some matchup problems.
Might be your quarters coverage here, Pate. Looks kind of quarters. See if we get one of those posts.
Hey, if you want to play
running behind Kittle.
Quarters, soft cover 2, let's run the ball. Let's make those guys make the plays. That looks like a little form of a cover 2 with a deep safety, Eli. Those guys are further away from the running back. Looks like we got a little injury right here, but hey, let's run the ball when they're playing 2 safeties deep, and we'll throw it if they go to single safety.
All right, hey, looks like that's into the quarter coming up. We got some both teams move the ball a little bit. We got some good action going here.
Up here, we haven't covered.
Hey, Bill.
We're just playing the game out now.
Bill, you can appreciate this. I had a little Super Bowl losing celebration with the 49ers in Cabo. Kittle, McCaffrey, Juszczyk. I know how that feels. Eli doesn't know how it feels. Look, they're doing something right. They're getting close. That means they're knocking on the door. So, Eli, like I said, you weren't invited to the party. Bill could come. We had LeBron James there. We had Draymond Green, guys that have lost championships. Throw it away. Throw it away. Throw it away. Throw it away. Throw it away.
All right.
The point is, look, you have your heart ripped out in the championship. I know how it feels, right? So I think Shanahan, John Lynch, those guys are doing something right. So we had a little celebration. We had a good night. Eli, you weren't invited.
Party. It looks like a terrible party. Who'd want to go to that party? Y'all just like crying the whole time? Did you only invite people who had lost championships to the party? Is that what you did?
Now that I think about it, yes.
Yeah, that is a tough one. That is a tough one. I think I missed a couple of those after the game parties when you lose. It's no fun.
I wouldn't know, Coach. I wouldn't know.
But it means you're close.
You know.
You're knocking on the door. You're doing something close. You're not some terrible team that has no chance to make the playoffs. You're doing something right. So these guys are going to get there. They got to keep sawing wood. Look,
another 50-plus yard.
There's LeBron, multiple championship loser, by the way.
6.
Draymond Green's lost a couple. Okay? Marshall and his buddies like hanging around championship losers. They're good guys still. They don't want to hang around you, Eli.
Welcome back. What we got here? We're reliving some old Week 1 memories right here, and this is the 20th anniversary when the Patriots beat Peyton's Colts in Week 1. I assume you and guys got together and they celebrate this occasion before coming on the show tonight. So what do you remember about that game, Coach?
Well, I remember Willie McGinnis sacked Peyton on the play before the field goal, and then we took a timeout to ice Vanderjet. And then when Vanderjet lined up to kick the next field goal, Vrabel took a fake timeout, which we didn't actually call, but we just faked like we were to call a timeout. And see, here's Vrabel right there. And I think it might have messed Vanderjet up. But the Colts changed the rule the next week. On Wednesday, we had a new rule. Yeah, you can't call back-to-back timeouts. So next week, we had a new rule. Who was on the rules committee then? Oh, Bill Polian, that's right.
Peyton.
I mean, look, I didn't know we were just going to show all these negative plays. Take a shot, Aaron. Let's hit this. All these negative plays, and that was 20 years ago. The point is, I remember when you lose the opening game of the season, you might have to go back to that team in the playoffs. That Ravens loss to the Chiefs is going to show up come January. We had to go back to Foxborough because we lost week 1. Opening games matter. They're important. I don't really like that play you showed. I actually had a long run in that game. I don't know why that's not being shown. Eli obviously got to the producers bill. We're only going to show negative plays from that game 20 years ago. I thought we'd at least show my run from 20 years ago. But anyway, you got to win the opening game. Jets need to win this game. Niners need to win this game. Set the tone for the season.
Yeah, that was the longest run against us all year, Peyton. I got to give you credit on that. You totally got us there. But, you know, trying to get Hall going, another shot to Wilson. So here it is, 3rd down and 5.
Oh, look at speed.
Oh, no. Oh,
Speed.
no.
Thank you.
Oh,
no.
you let Rodney Harrison tackle you?
See?
No.
Hey, Rodgers might
and
keep
we had to
it
run
right
that.
here. Rodgers might keep it right here, Bill, in honor of that. He might do a little fake here and boot, get him outside. There's a little bunch formation. Let's see what this does to the Niners.
Yeah.
Better
get Wilson.
Get away, Aaron.
And a hold.
Uh-oh.
He all right? He's getting up, isn't he?
Number 77, offense. Penalties decline. Results of the play. Full count.
I don't know if Aaron has that speed like he used to, Eli.
Yeah. I don't know. I like to have a chip on Bosa every 3rd down. I mean, just move your back, put a tight end, have a little presence on him, especially 3rd and 5 or 6, right there. You're gonna have to hold it a little bit. You got to have a presence on top of him.
When you chip, obviously, I agree. That's where it starts with protection. You can't get as many guys out in the pattern. You can't get as many guys open. So there's the give and the take. But I agree. Let's get an extra blocker on Bosa. Atlanta should have done that to Watt yesterday. My gosh.
All right, Coach, obviously you're watching the Jets here tonight. You're the defensive coordinator for the Jets, and you face Peyton his rookie year, week 3.
Yeah, I like this.
Yeah, Peyton threw you 2 interceptions that day. Are you surprised by how, interceptions Peyton threw that year that you only got 2? Were you expecting more?
Yeah, those are some good highlights right there. I like it.
I'm not sure I like this trend right here. Eli and Belichick digging up plays from the late 90s, lowlights. Little boot here. Eli, get outside the pocket. Purdy, he runs better than you think.
Oh, no contain.
He worked on it this offseason.
Oh, Peyton, looks like you. Look at this.
This is the second time we played Belichick as the D coordinator. They were not thinking much about the Colts. We weren't very good. We surprised them. We were kind of a circled win back in the day. I've never high-stepped before in my life, but when you throw a touchdown to beat Belichick,
it's
time to do crazy things. Yeah.
That vertical. I saw
my God. Look at that. Oh, boy.
The leap.
Jet sweep, get outside. Eli, Brock Purdy,
I like
he moves
that.
a lot better. Hey, Bill, Brock Purdy moves a lot better than you think. I mean, he's not going to be Lamar Jackson by any means, but he gets out of the pocket. He can run. He made some huge runs in that championship game against the Lions, and a lot of nakeds and a lot of boots by Kyle. Purdy can do them well.
Yeah, and good decisions when to run and when not to run. And I like that play. I like the last play, getting outside, getting away from those inside linebackers, Mosley and Williams, getting away from Big Q in there. Get the ball out on the edge. Yep.
There you go. You talked about that first down,
49ers are
second
going to stick
down,
to that
first
running
down.
game. Yes, and they skip third down. They skip third down.
Yeah, that's what it's about. Skipping third down.
Always talked about that, right? Being in rhythm. The best times I was playing quarterback, first down, second down, first down. We don't have to get into third down, right, E?
No doubt, no doubt.
Hey, you can't get them off the field on third down if you can't get them into third down.
They're hitting that C-gap run, Coach. They're
There it
going to
is.
it every play.
There it is. Now, I think you
got
can
here?
crack
Blocking?
these ends. Yeah. Run behind Kittle. Get up on those linebackers. Try to get those, those guards or even a tackle up on those linebackers. See McKivitz there. Get up there, covering them up. These 49ers receivers block. They do a good job blocking downfield. Probably some of the best in the league.
Hey, Bill, I always felt like that was kind of a staple of Mike Shanahan's offenses, right? His receivers had to block. If you didn't block, I don't care how good of a receiver you were, he was going to take you out. And Kyle, Chris Forrester, that's kind of the same emphasis in this 49ers offense.
Yeah, and I think that's a big mismatch for them in the running game is their receivers blocking against most corners in run force. And so they get the ball out there, and they have an advantage in the way the receivers block against some of the DBs they play against. Yeah, they've got the running game going. It's a nice drive here.
It's Trent Williams. Trent Williams can block. I know that.
Go. I'm telling you, Purdy, he told me he liked Mason. Don't be a holding. Don't bring that back. Gosh.
Holding. Number 68. Offense.
This is where the Jets got to do a good job of making adjustments now and setting the edge on these perimeter runs and C-gap runs. Like, these are the ones they got to shut down. Or they're just going to keep running them. See, it's Juszczyk cracking there.
What do you think, Coach? Is that a hold? A little tackle. It's a little tackle there.
That's not a hold.
Yeah.
I talked to Kyle.
Didn't think it was a
Bill,
hold.
Yeah, of course he didn't. Hey, Ayuk, they're going to monitor his reps tonight. Trent Williams now just got into camp. You can't really monitor his reps. You can't rotate in a left tackle. Okay, it's not Paul Brown sending the plays in with Chuck Noll at guard back in the early 60s, right, Bill? Trent's got to be in there. You can manage the reps. He's worked hard to get himself into shape. He's going to be in there all night. They're going to roll with it.
I'm sure Trent was like, this is perfect. I get to miss all of training camp. I just show up for week one. All right, I'll block the left defensive end. I got that. I can do that. That's not a problem at all. Oh, bounced up.
Bill,
Like old Walter Jones, Pate. Walter Jones. Remember, they franchised him 3 years in a row. He never had to go to training camp. He's like, this is the greatest thing ever.
Bill, they're driving on those three-step drops pretty quickly, right? Are those corners reading the quarterback's footwork and taught to drive right away?
You bet. Just got to be careful on the double moves on that. But yeah, you got to drive on that three-step drop, or they won't let them. They're aggressive now. They're going to not let those, let them catch slants all day on them. Especially these receivers are really good with the catch and run. 2nd and 19. Got to get something back here. Maybe a screen pass.
Nice shot.
That was like your
looked like another in cut.
It's a similar concept that Rodgers hit earlier, right? It's kind of a high-low on those backers. Jennings just gets behind the backers, gets all the yards back right away. That's got to hurt for the defense, right, Bill? I love it on offense. That's got to hurt for the defense when you give up a 2nd and long like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
it's
2nd
like
and 19.
Concept, Pate. It was kind of the in and the post, but the in came from the other side. They had the post also, but the safeties were deep. It was cover 2, so he He hit the end.
Mason.
This.
Mason.
Oh.
Mason.
Untouched.
Good looking play.
Untouched.
Good looking
Thanks for the
play.
tip, Brock. Brock Purdy tipped me off. Told me Mason was going to have a big one tonight. Not another penalty. Not another penalty.
Hey, that's a
after
great
the
job
play.
by the offensive line. Can we show that from the sideline again?
Oh my God.
Offense, 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
They
Carl.
caught on Debo.
They got Debo.
Can we show that from the sideline again?
Yeah, here it is.
The sideline.
Oh my God! It was like he's already by him.
Look at the way the offensive line controls the line of scrimmage. No penetration. Up on the linebacker. I mean, there's no penetration there at all. That's a great job. Right there in the C gap. Got to stop the C gap runs.
They are not listening to you, Bill, right? You have to talk to the Jets directly. Stop the C gap. They are not listening. Double pass. It's another penalty.
flag.
You know, the officials are really calling them close in this opening week. You know, the alignment issues they called against the Ravens in the first game, and you know, a lot of these, you know, holding penalties and downfield interference, all that. They're calling all this stuff real tight.
Pass interference,
And then usually as the year
44.
goes along, they let off on it.
Offense, 10-yard penalty.
Yeah, there you go.
It's that pass interference. He's blocking before the receiver catches it. That was a
Finally
lateral
getting
though,
some
Peyton.
defensive calls.
That's a backward pass.
Good call, Eli. Good call, Eli.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm
Good
know
call.
the rules. I know the rules.
We had that replay assist up there. Great job.
Purdy's they're trying to quiet the crowd down because the fans are booing so loud because of these refs. Anytime that quarterback's covering his ears, right, it's because he can't hear what Kyle Shanahan is saying to him. Let's quiet down. Stay calm. We got to win. In spite of these holding calls, we can still get a touchdown drive here. Second and 6. I like a run here. Cut it up.
Yep, they keep running away from that 3 technique. Peyton, that's just one of your old tricks. Line up in balanced 12 personnel with both tight ends and then run away from the over front back into the 1 technique.
Run it to
There it is.
95 right there.
See, they hook Williams, and there they go. Get up there on Franklin. Look out.
All right, what do you got here, Pate? I don't know how many.
Mosley out. Mosley out. I like a run. I like a run for sure, right? That's one of Bill's big 3. Let's take advantage of him being out. He's
I have a
one of
fat
the-
head
You bet.
of you. I'll draw a picture of you on the.
Mason
Perfect
for the touchdown. Debo, jet sweep, touchdown.
There you go.
Nice.
Touchdown. I don't have a fat head of you, Pate. I would put you up there.
I don't need to be on the panel.
I,
I'm just glad we got some points going here. Hey, Bill, that was pretty much a clinic by
he
that
almost
offensive
fumbled.
line there on the drive, right? That was great blocking the whole drive.
Really good. Yeah, most of it's outside, too. I'll tell you what, he almost fumbled this. And he almost lost it. That ball security in these opening weeks is really big. You saw what happened, you know, in the Atlanta game where it hit the motion guy, and then in the Philadelphia game, right, with the missed snap to Hurts, and they recovered that, and then the fumbled snap at the end of the game with.
Bill, what'd you see
Yeah, the
here?
49ers are doing a great job here. Yeah, the 49ers are doing a great job changing up the force, the formations, and the way they block the force. You know, Kittle, Juszczyk, they seal the whole defense. You know, now get to the edge there. You know, a lot of C-gap and outside runs, running away from Mosley, running away from Quinton Williams, running away from Quincy Williams. You know, this is the way to attack the Jets defense. Crack the ends, you know, and then reach them, and keep changing up the run for us so they just can't get these plays turned in. You know, there's just too much space outside for Mason and Samuel.
And so, Bill, what do you tell the defense? Do you change the scheme? Is it just technique? What are you telling these guys on the sideline as a defensive coordinator?
Well, I mean, look, I thought this is what it was going to be going into the game. That's what we talked about. I think the ends just have to have more awareness of the close formations, and Kittle and Juszczyk in there. They're the point of attack blockers. Those are the guys you got to run behind. And so when Kittle and Juszczyk are over there together, or they motion over there together, I mean, you better button your puck with your chin strap. Kill, kill, kill.
Yeah, you can see under center right there, Peyton. Using cadence, did a double cadence, saw that safety coming down. Now they're going to run away from the safety right there.
Yeah, that's the same thing. Balance 12 formation and check it.
Yeah. And Peyton, I'm sure they have situations they can run either way. They might have 2 runs called on the play, or they could have a run, check the pass, where if you get single high, hey, now let's go play action. Let's hit some crossers. Let's hit some man beaters. So there's probably a whole, sort of arsenal that he can get to at a certain looks that they want to get to, a better play.
Yeah.
A quick count
and then
there.
I think if they don't pick this up, they're going to stay with the no huddle. So that San Francisco can't get their faster pass rush guys in there. San Francisco's trying to sub those guys in. Nope, so they're going to go, I think they're going to go to the ball here.
Yeah, they're right on it. They're right on the ball.
Yeah, they're trying to tire them out and slow the pass rush down.
He does a double kick here, Peyton. Yeah, you can see he sees it now. Going back to cover 2.
Yeah. You got Warner on the receiver.
Now he's signaling to the receivers.
Warner's on Wilson.
Double stick, Pate. That same little double stick.
Oh, no.
That was it.
Oh, no. Wilson didn't know what to do. Wilson didn't get the check. See him shrug right before the snap. Did Rodgers get him offside?
He covered it well.
Illegal formation, number 76.
Look at Wilson here. Rodgers changes the
That's
play.
That's not good, Bill.
Bill,
that's not good.
No.
When the receiver does this, Eli, that never gave me a good, comfortable feeling as a quarterback. But you watch Aaron, he's doing just what you said, Eli. He's doing the leg kick, how his hands are set. The defense has to think he's going to snap the ball, so they will declare, they'll show what they're in. Then he changes the protection, and then he signals to the receivers. Like you said, it looked like a pretty clear signal to me. Wilson didn't get it. That's just not playing together. That's all that is.
Yeah, a little miscommunication. I think also the pressure got to him. I mean, Wilson eventually got to the little stick route. The nickel back kind of played it pretty well. He would have had it going out to the flat, but a little pressure on that left side got in his face. Hey, Coach, when you were the defensive coordinator for our Giants, you had some battles with the 49ers. You faced them 3 times in the playoffs, beat them twice on the way to 2 Super Bowls. What do you remember about those matchups, especially with this guy, LT, returning for a touchdown?
Go, LT, go! Go! Touchdown! Oh, man, there's a lot of great memories there. Banks, LT, Pepper, Carson. We had some great matchups with the 49ers, both in Giants Stadium, out in Candlestick. That's back when I was cheering for the Giants, Eli.
I got to see all those guys yesterday, Coach.
What you got, Bill?
Yeah, that was a great group. Peyton, what's the conversation like between Rodgers and Wilson on the sideline after that? And there's Wilson standing right there, right? But why isn't he over talking to Rodgers, seeing what went wrong on that play?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it looked pretty clear to me. I mean, Aaron, anytime the 2 outside receivers get the signal and number 3 doesn't get it inside, that seems like maybe he didn't know the signal in the first place. I think he might have seen it. I'm just not sure he knew what it was. And he kind of looked to the side, and it looks like he ended up kind of running the wrong route, but it was pretty good coverage by the Niners. But look, all the audibles that we ever called, we had signal meetings. I did a signal meeting with Eli last year. You go over and over it every single Friday to be sure everybody's on the same page, and just multiple reps. You see here, start with the protection first. Get the guys up front. Get them to play first. Now right here, a little signal. Wilson's looking right at it. Aaron doesn't want to live in that world, Eli. We want to throw the ball on time. We don't want to be running around from Bosa back there in the pocket.
Yeah.
The Niners have a chance here, Eli, to get points here, get the ball to start the first half. They'd like to get this first down. I'm telling you, Mason, he's the secret weapon. Purdy told me I didn't want to spoil it. I had to hold that information. I just knew Mason was going to have a big night tonight.
You just knew. You've been scouting this guy, Peyton. Where did Mason play college, Peyton? Any idea?
Tech, Ramblin' Wreck, Georgia Tech. Let's run some clock here. Let's go first downs. We don't have to go hurried up offense. Jets, they can start calling timeouts at some point. They want to get the ball back, but it's the last shot here. We're trying to take 49ers, and we can get maybe a 14-point swing getting the ball coming out of the second half.
There's your guy again, Peyton. They're feeding him. They're feeding your guy, the secret weapon. Nice little option route.
Bill, this is why you defer for this scenario right here, right?
Yeah, for that halftime swing. And the Jets, they went to a little different front on that last play. It went to a 5-down front and still gave up an 8-yard run. So looks like they're trying to make some adjustments to the running game here. But yeah, it's a great opportunity for San Francisco to run down the clock, either get 3 or 7, and then get the ball to start the second half. This could be they could take the lead here or extend their lead, and the Jets never touch the ball.
Boot naked. Nice job by Purdy. That was classic, right? Look, it's not a huge play, but when you fake, right, and you come out, and that defensive end is right there, don't run into him. Actually drop away from him and get that throw off quicker. That was really good by Purdy. I like nakeds, I like boots. Let's don't run right into the defensive end if he doesn't chase down the line of scrimmage.
All right, got a little 2-minute warning, Peyton. You still like being able to run the ball right here at the 50-yard line, run it, a little play action, kind of have your old offense right here. No, you're in no rush to score.
Second down.
All right, it's a 2-minute, under 2 minutes, but I don't think we're necessarily in 2-minute hurry-up offense. I'm not afraid to huddle, even if I'm San Francisco. I'd like to kick a field goal or score a touchdown with 10 seconds left. So we'll see what they do. I don't think we're in major hurry-up mode, though.
I keep running it. They've been running it well.
Yeah, control the clock. Control the clock. You got 3 timeouts.
Jets ought to look to call one here at some point. If they get a stop, they'll definitely call one, right, Bill?
Playing that quarters, Peyton.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Aaron probably wants a timeout more than Coach does.
Yeah. This looks like a little pressure, a little zero.
Hey, sub in 2 minutes.
Oh, they killed.
Peyton, sub in 2 minutes there. Defense can't match.
Snap it.
They're trying to get him to jump off sides right there?
Yeah. That's the delay. No, we took the timeout.
They took a timeout. It looked like the Jets were screwed up also. They had guys all over the place. Looks like they were just trying to get him to jump off sides.
Yeah, but look, did you see what San Francisco did there? Because it's under 2 minutes, they subbed late, all right, and the defense doesn't have the opportunity to match. They have to match it on their own because it's under 2 minutes. That was a good move by Kyle, subbing late to get a mismatch, but then I don't know what happened. They couldn't get the ball snapped. It's good. That's good play. It's good play by Kyle. Heads up play.
I like Pittsburgh right here. I'm just saying, I drew it on the board. I'd like to use it. If they're going to play cover 4. I like Pittsburgh.
If it's going to come out on 3rd down. I don't think they're going to play quarters on 3rd down here, Pate, but I think the next play, Pittsburgh is coming out. If they get the first here.
Debo. They ran a little tight split. Debo kind of used Kittle on the pick. He comes down in motion. He widens out, uses Kittle. Bill would call it a pick. I call it a rub, right? That's legal, Bill. It's not an illegal pick.
Yeah, it's legal.
Great concept there by Kyle versus man-to-man. Good little concept there for the conversion. Take your time. Huddle. Let's run the clock. I like this. Run the clock.
2 timeouts.
Yeah, still got 2 timeouts. 49ers are an inside passing team. You got to stay inside leverage on that. Make them throw those outside routes.
Another inside. There's another inside one.
A little skinny post.
Inside routes.
Little
Routes.
Tribute to Dan Fouts and Charlie Joyner right there. He wides them. He clubs them on the skinny post. Love that throw.
Good route.
Peyton, this is what we talked about, throwing on Reed, not Gardner, right?
Smart. No pride here. No pride. You don't have to bow up and try to prove we can beat Sauce Gardner. Reed's a good cover guy, but I think your chances are better going away from Sauce, like you said.
No question.
All right, Pay, if you throw the ball inbounds right here, you taking a timeout right away?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, probably. I'm trying to throw a touchdown here. I like some room. I don't want to get closer necessarily down to the 4 where it gets tighter. This is the area to throw a touchdown where you got some room here. Probably a little tight for Pittsburgh,
Gardner's
but I
out.
wouldn't mind a little alley.
Gardner's out.
Timeout.
Timeout.
That was not your post. That was not your touchdown play right there, Pay.
Yeah.
Gardner's out, Peyton. What's wrong with him?
Yeah, Bill, we don't have an injury report on ESPN2. They kind of hog that at number 1. But I think the Jets are going to play zone coverage. I know that much with him being out.
All right, he's going back in.
Yeah, well, I'd say you got to take advantage. You got to know when he's out.
They were playing zone. They weren't going to play one high with him out. They went straight to Tampa 2. But now he's back in. What do you like taking a shot here, Pate? You like going for the end zone?
Yes, for sure.
Have to, right? Or,
no timeouts. I mean, you can
you
still
have time
kill
to spike it.
Man to man, Jennings. Oh, he got one to throw.
Ayuk, he's a little rusty, Pate. You know, he's missed all training camp.
Hey, get signed, get in training camp. There's a reason for training camp. You need it. We need the reps.
Oh.
Get those contracts done earlier so we can get in training camp. We don't drop balls on opening night.
Right, it's probably one thing catching passes, running routes. All of a sudden you're laying out for a pass, full speed, diving. That's why, yeah, those happen in camp. You make those, you practice those. That's just a little rusty right there.
You're still catching balls at a high school field from some quarterback that's 45 years old, my age. You're not catching balls from your quarterback. Get signed, get in camp, and we don't drop the ball.
Yeah, he's bobbled 2 already and then dropped 1. You got to make those plays. Man, he was dependable for him last year, though. He was great on 3rd down.
I mean, he'll be good, but like I said, there's a reason we need to be in training camp. It matters to me. And
yep.
I remember the 2004 game. We had some turnovers in that game. Anyway, I'm over that game, 2004. I'm over it. It's been 20 years.
It does seem like you're over it. It seems like you're still mad about it. Did someone hold out? Who held out?
Well, Edgerrin held out. Edgerrin held out, and he fumbled. And look, Edgerrin, best running back I ever played with. But when you miss training camp, it shows up. It makes a difference. Like to have gotten the touchdown there. I'll take the field goal, but touchdown would have sent a strong message. It's kind of cover 4, Bill. What do you call it when that free safety I call it, he pushes to the strong side. Poach, in that word?
Yeah,
that free safety's poaching the trip
over,
side. Yeah.
On to
That's
3
what
by
that
1.
was.
Yep.
Yeah, still nice job. Get to extend the lead. They also get the ball coming out of second half, so a chance to extend it even more.